There we go. Bamboozle stopped instantly into the Australian counter-strike as it's gonna be Rewound versus PC419. Talking about that. Beautiful shot coming in from Panic. The chicken around him seems a little bit intimidated. Same could go for the Rewound side. They're already on A. Bomb is gonna be hitting the ground immediately, and this is where it starts to get maybe a little bit problematic. Frags are not there yet after the bomb has been planted. BT coming around, no armor, still makes it work, and that is back in window where the last player remains. He got the kit, so just holding him down would be enough, but that works anyway, and therefore I welcome you to nothing else than the lovely close qualifier of the Oceania region. My name is Sesh. I'm going to guide you through this. And previously, we have seen already both Rewound as well as PC419 lose in the quarterfinals. We're in the losers bracket. Order and Ground Zero already made it through. And now we're waiting out to see who's going to advance, who's going to survive, and who's going to be there in the future. Because at this point in time, that ex-Breakaways team of Rewound, now under this banner, down by one, and quickly also mentioning that, which is worth mentioning. When we talk about the map picks, right? PC419 picked this one. Next up would be Dust 2, or more likely is Dust 2. Rewound, pretty much winding around the B sites as frags are coming in. Aussie Road is taking out Ducky. BT is falling as well. That bomb site now belongs to Rewound. It's going to get a little problematic for PC14 to retake this with ease. Slowly and steady. BT holds down a few more. Here is the banana player's approach, and is making it a bit more risky, but the AK should prevail under any circumstance. That is the case. The CTs are rotating away. Noja is going to stay there for a moment. Now let's check on the names, because I will horribly mess that up. Noja is Noja, check. Keto is Keto. Lamus is Lamus. And now this Aussie Road is... Aussie Road is who? Find out. Aussie Road is Valiance. Alright. Aussie Road is Valiance. And YDNA is therefore Chotes. Thank you for renaming yourself all over again. Thanks for the notification, Josh. Australian CS is not my hometown, to put it that way. I hope you understand. Either way, BT knocking out another player. Trying to approach. Oh, Keto with two pivotal frags to get those players away from the B side. Bomb most definitely planted. Valiance planted that bomb. He and the squad now need to lock down the site, not let them get anywhere close, and construction seems to be the main route at the moment. The MP9's not really made for those long-range duels, but Keto nevertheless should be down in a matter of milliseconds. The Molotov won't hit anything. Aussie Road is coming around the corner in time. And it is Valiance who strikes together with the teammates. One more to find. The Deagle, is it going to reign supreme? Most definitely. Through the coffins it goes. Rewound. Take another one, and on the T site, they can actually get a little margin for themselves. Inferno picked up a PC419, once more mentioning that one. Statistically speaking, we got a little bit of information about the Rewound side of this map. Picked up wins against SYF, Rooster, and Jade, whilst getting quite close losses when facing Genuine or Order. This could be domination from them at this point in time. B-side seems fairly free. The USPS can strike. And there it goes. And you, of course, you as the viewer, as I have the chat open to the right-hand side, are allowed to give me your Australian knowledge. And you might ask yourself, hold on, what is this caster not knowing anything about Australian CS? You're right. No, you are somewhat right. Matter of fact, as a German, it's more coming down to UCS. I hope you forgive me, as I actually would love to conquer Australian hearts, but it's not so easy. I heard you need to be upside down. Classic May in the end, but it's not a meme for Rewound. So far, solid performance by them. Dominance they might establish overall. Again, it would be, of course, great because this is the PC419 map pick. PC419 starting off good. That is going to be the T site a little bit weakened. With the main setup going towards mid, decision has to be made, but I think it should be quite easily. Rewound side push it through, and oh, YDNA. And his teammate falling down in the end. Keto and Llamas are the only two to turn things around. Chances are there, but 4 versus 2. It is all in the hands of the counter-terrorists. There should be no real problem. There should be no real struggle. And as they wrap around, just not too much time left. Sees the body, takes him down. The B side is now opened up. The only real obstacle is Stucky Panic. And it comes down only to the final CT over there to hold it down and defend the site. He's going to hear the steps, finds the first. Keto down. And Llamas wants to approach with ease. He does so, and the plant is inevitable. Winning this duel, though, in the end seems somewhat impossible, and it pretty much is. Putting a few bullets into the last player to make sure he's really dead. Either way, CT's getting another round after Rewound was able to get onto a little streak, accumulating 3 overall. But their money, talking about accumulating, they amassed big bucks. Got a good reserve for themselves. So let's take a look at the default of Rewound. It's going to be interesting to see As they push just with 2 players, Banana, the Molotov gonna be extinguished, not working as good as wanted. Oh god, Keto getting the frag is just nasty. His aggressiveness paying off, staying to the right-hand side where the Molotovs were all spreading not so correctly. Cost him a lot of HP. And his teammates, they're also not looking too great. YDNA and Co. are approaching slowly and steady. BT is able to strike. And out of the shadow comes Dominic. Nevertheless, it's a 2v2, possible for both parties at that point. The smoke starts to fade, and so Coffin becomes a bit dangerous. Molly pops and forces Muzuna away. The real problem, though, that is Wolfie, who's going to deny the planter. No, not really. 2K, though, granted. So, not necessarily would have thought it's going to be that easy. Casualties on the CT side, though, more than 2, which means the majority needs to rebuy into it. Which is most likely a bit of a problem in the long run, because you don't want to see yourself always reinvesting, reinvesting, and reinvesting. And someone has to explain me the meaning between 419 and what PC is about to mean. Is it personal computer number 419? I don't know. In the meantime, a very aggressive setup up mid from Rewound. Take a look at the HP though. Around 70 lost over on 3 players in the first 15 seconds. That is massive. Sure, all 5 are still standing on the battlefield. This doesn't change the matter of fact that it's getting problematic. YDNA though, with a beautiful frag, but losing a good bit of HP. Oh, and this opens up the B site so massively. This needs to be the call. The rotation could be initiated. In the meantime, they're losing 2, make it a 3rd. Everybody strikes. And it could have been a rotation and working so well if they would have just directly considered, okay, we're taking down 2B. Either way, it's going to be a problematic situation now for Rewound to hold down the site. Smokes fade, and Amali's still in the hands of Noja. But are they going to punish their CT opponent or not? That is the question. Molo goes deep, no chance to survive. It means only one man can deny further access. Dominic to be the first, denied. Another one to come, but Muzuna knows where to aim at, and Coffins is the position to attack. Made it all work, and here's the lead for the CTs. And as players approach over Banana, Rewound trade it, if that's so beneficial. Well, they can't go any further, and it's going to be a clear sign, stay away from the B site. PC419 seem to be extremely interested. They show signs that they want to take Banana entirely. There's a higher risk about that, obviously. Nothing happens in that direction. Now he goes up wood. He really keeps them attracted, which is so pivotal because this means only 2 remain on the site. They know about hint, and there's the punishment. And slowly, it's going to be a one after another falls. The T sides can't prevail, as though Hito still gets a very important kill. Now, it's all down to BT. PC419 looking to find the 5th, but it seems like Kito's not too interested in it. A few more body shots or one in the head. That's gonna seal the deal. And does he do it finally? It's about time. Goes around the boxes, left, right, and center. It's only one position to go for, and there it works. Tied up it is. A pause we have. And that gives me the perfect timing that Josh is telling me a beautiful story. PC419... Oh, Jesus Christ. PC419 used to be a group of mates modding PCs to be used for one night. It's brilliant. If that is the real story, I'll love it. And then they moved into product reviews, and now they sponsor streamers and esports. So, yeah. It's very good to know. It's very good to know. But as we're unpaused, we head directly back into the game. It's the PC419 crew. Hardly has too much of a chance in this one with just those pistols. You should never say never, but logically speaking, one after another burning away. Molly is not your friend. Zona. It's one for the book. That's enough. It's more than enough. And there, yet again, when we take a look at it, 3 rounds in a row won. The losing bonus got neutralized at that point. So back to 2 right now, getting the MP9. Dominic. That AWP, which we'll take a look at if it's going to be a game changer. And yet again, full aggression down Banana, the utility flight into late. And Valiance is just going left lane autobahn with this. The mate hardly doing anything to him, so he remains without any big wounds. Good for him, not so nice for PC419. It's now every piece of utility is thrown down, and the rain, it's going to get uncomfortable. While still the bomb is dropped, the UMP fairly accurate. As YDNA and his crew now need to reconsider their game plan, possibly. They left Quito in mid to check that no rotator is coming in. But do they gonna dedicate to the B site? Smoke would be there for Cross, a Mollo on Coffin, also possible. And Dominic is gonna peak in time. He finds such an important kill on YDNA, and now it's the B site who's less and less vulnerable, but it's gotta be the 2 individuals stepping up. Support is already coming in. And Lamas with the plants. Gets himself and the squad in a good position. No dilettante plays allowed, as it's time for PC419 to blossom. If that's going to be possible with the Ox, most likely knows where Llama is, has to know it, finds one, but then it is nobody else than Valiant's peeking out. It's nevertheless on his own against another 2. Walking down the side is pivotal. Don't let them pass. Don't let them pass, and don't let them get too close. That works to only some degree. Wolfie strikes. That works. Last second.
Counter-terrorists win.
Still, nobody explained to me what the PC419 logo means. That would be the most interesting to me. If it has any particular meaning, or if it's just a logo. Either way. That's going to be once more fast approach from Rewound towards the A side. Library going to be mollied. No real positioning allowed from Uzona. This giving the site Rewound a lot of freedom, especially when such shots come in and aggression is immediately punished. Tantalizing A side it is. And that tantalizing A site, does it collapse or not? YDNA goes a little bit more aggressive in just a second. Up in his hands. It's not gonna do much. The AKs do the majority of the job. BT and Wolfie gotta do what has to be done. But not once they can even prevail. Finally, one frag. Either way, the problem that now again occurs is that the CT side has once more just an okay losing bonus whilst losing all of their weapons and hardly having any big payroll for themselves. It's unfortunate, but misconstruction can lead to this. Abysmal, I wouldn't call it. Far away.
Terrorists win.
Rewound most likely would enjoy a victory over here. They're still switching on to CT style, so Inferno has to be called fairly balanced. So, in the meantime, Dominic, you forgot your pistol back home. Lunchbox didn't pack for him. Wolfie look him in the eye and gonna be like, this is gonna be an electrifying performance. Looks like a chill day. Imagine just walking around. Whoops. There's a taser. In the meantime, it's all gonna be B-side. BT has the M4. Oh no, he doesn't even find one frag. This is so unfortunate. Would have been nice to at least damage the economy of the opponent. So, Dominic, run. Why does the taser even have iron sights on it? Got so many questions. And I would be looking forward to see Dominic getting a kill. Yep, exits he most likely is looking for. Come on, Dominic. Someone please run into this man's taser, please. I beg you. I beg you. Dominic, do it! Dominic! Oh, disappointment. I actually asked myself what happened with his pistol. Did he forget it at home? Did he forget that one just in the spawn? Possible. Dominic yet again showing us his beautiful shadow daggers as he boosts up the teammate with the M4. That's Muzona. That would be so brilliant for them if they now would find such a frag, but the op retreating. YDNA knows that is a bit of a danger he would put himself in. So there it comes. Mid aggression is there. Two are towards Banana to then whenever they want to get onto the site. At least the info brought through. Wolfie can just stay back in pit. 8th round should belong to Rewound, except Ducky is giving us a sensational show. Starts off good, talking about sensational shows. With 36 HP, surely you're in a bit of trouble, but never say never is what I just wanted to actually say. Wolfie seemingly looking for exits. And could you Australian fans please tell me what is the most Australian thing to say? And I don't mean the C word, just simply the C word. Nuh-uh. I mean a real sentence. A proper sentence you could also say to your mother. Or when you meet the first time in Australian. That would be something very important if I ever go to Australia. I don't know if I'll ever go to Australia. It's an island with 10 million dangerous animals, an interesting English accent, and only the east side really populated. Somehow I still like Australia though, especially when you watch like tournaments like I Am Sydney. The crowd, the people, seem to be very loose, in a very good way. In the meantime, what's not in a good way for Rewound are those nades. The mortar fire directly landing on their head. Rewound seems to always play the same sort of style, which is somewhat fine, don't get me wrong, please. Either way, it's somewhat so redundant that on the other side, it's unfortunate PC419 didn't find a solution yet. Talking about solutions, there's one. So Noja. Team coming closer and closer to the A side, and nobody can hold them up. Nobody can deny the access. Ducky tries to enter, Noja fails to prevail there. So Valiance and Llamas are the only two to hold it up. A 9-5, that would be a brilliant scoreline at the moment. Ducky, fairly damaged. Also known, Llamas can't find his head. Yes, indeed. Swings out wide, and the second is granted. Rewound is doing such a brilliant job right now. And finding a 10th would be absolutely outstanding. Unfortunately, we have a very small sample size for PC419 who have picked this map. A little bit better their way on the T side when playing against AGN. It's not really telling us a story though, unfortunately. Either way, what I learned is a good day, mate. That was right. Any sense with a swear word? That sounds very Australian to me. So basically I learned nothing new, unfortunate. In the meantime, Wolfie learns how to rip off the head of Valiance. Good night for him. Go to bed. So now, what's very nice to see is that they more likely fortified the B sides. As the beginning execution is always sending a player, more likely we've seen a player send top mid to lurk around, as is usual, and then suddenly they execute onto the B side with a few Molotovs coming in, coffin smoke, if I'm not totally wrong. Either way, I'm scared about Ducky. I'm scared about Ducky. The shotgun says hello, but his little friend is not helping him there at all. It's down to 2 men. A Deagle, pardon, now it's an AK and an AWP in combination. That might be all needed. It might be all needed. As one op is known. Dominic strikes, same with Wolfie. Could be called debatable if that peek was necessary or mandatory. And he's playing it so aggressively. He wants to find all those frags. He wants to find all those kills. One kid is there. He has to force him out. Oh no, he should just react in time. It was a millisecond decision. And Dominic probably says bye-bye. That is the case. Ten to 5 is not only in the right direction, but for me already somewhat dominant. It surely comes down to now sides being switched and how good they can also perform on the CT side, or more likely how good PC419 are able to strike. That aggression, oh, it's got to be rewarded. Fake mid is coming in. Nobody's helping the man, and poor YDNA. It's being bamboozled in the meantime. Nobody's able to survive. The shots are so goddamn accurate. Noja knows. One in the head. There we go. No clue where he was actually aiming for. Nevertheless, extremely enjoyable. Extremely enjoyable. That is quality Counter-Strike, and that's a tough pill to swallow for PC419. Tried to crack the bomb site open, hit and run towards middle, and suddenly you're only down to 1 man. Who's probably meeting his maker anytime soon. The aggressors are coming in, the Australian Grim Reapers. Here to find a little more to found, and suddenly we're talking again. We're talking. We are so goddamn talking, and Noja's gonna find out. It's still 45 seconds. He might just gonna find him. He does. Oh, it's looking sinister, ladies and gentlemen, and Wolfie is the only man to turn this one around. 22 HP is not a real invitation. And 2 body shots. And make it work. But what a sloppy end for Rewound. Got a little greedy. And the risk of falling down here, it's there, and that's so unfortunate. It is there. Take a look at the accuracy. Double kill from the scout. Triple to come in next. Not sure yet. Either way, this is so important because the CT's losing 0 players is amazing. The part that they lose legitimately 0 players is extremely amazing. This gives you big bucks. And nobody says no to big bucks, obviously. As they're pushing through. This aggression is a little odd. Somebody doesn't realize he's standing the Molotov. And yet again, PC419 a lot slower in the approach, maybe a little bit intimidated. Nobody apartment, so that can't work. And I mean, that would be a brilliant head start for Rewound, period. If they get this one right now, absolutely amazing, because then they're able find an easy 2-0. And I mean legitimately an easy 2-0. They're going to take banana first of all, and that might be a risk. Hito moves back. And he got a call for the biggest support he can ask for. Everybody starts attacking the site. That is going to be so brilliant from Wolfie. Yeah, he's going to find not one. Oh no. And the flank was so brilliant. I enjoyed it so much, but in the end, you can't prevail like that. Comes around. Oh, and he misses the shots. But in the meantime, he's getting a lot of attention. Whipping another, and this means BT on his own. Round number 6 it would be. Something they're so desperately looking for. The fuse is initiated. The fake comes in. The BT strikes against one. The second is granted. And there is number 6 for PC419. A longer draw they had. Finally, they can say hello to their opponent. And so Rewound, as I didn't have any economic problem previous, can get into it immediately. Aww. This once more, I want to tell you, every single time I say it, knifing in the beginning of a game, or in the beginning of a round, is just not, it makes no sense. Legit, it makes 0 sense. There they finally started up. Is the engine now really going that far? There it goes. Arc strikes. Valiant stands around the pillar. And as he finds another frag. Is he going to be too cocky about this is the question. Yeah, indeed. I mean, he wanted that frag so desperately. But then he thankfully got a few teammates to help him out with this. BT again. One of the few last survivors. Down to 13 by now. Bomb is still not hitting the ground, and there it finally goes. Dominic and BT combined on 113 points of health. Sinister times, you could say. BT takes down a fellow opponent. The Galil will reign supreme under any circumstance. If the molly even is not better, the player on pool. Pardon on grill, not so expected. Quito can't find anything. And PC on the side again and making that one work. Brilliantly done. It's a little odd though. The retort was very weird with the Molotov not being used when one of the players was actually identified. Could have been done. Surely they didn't know that a player was actually waiting a grill, but if you see him back there in the corner waiting for the just defuse to happen and he can always swing out, a Molotov could have been worth an idea. Now the eco from Rewound. The next up is to buy again. Meantime, a quick shutdown. Ducky just getting a casual ace, clearing this one. No real surprise, actually, but pause being called. And that break is of technical nature. Let's take a look what the odds are telling us. There you go. Rewound 1.25 odds. As Rewound, as said, has those technical difficulties. In the meantime, don't forget, that's important. Don't forget that this here is about a slot for the Asian Minor. In the meantime, Genuine is playing against Greyhound at the moment. Greyhound leading 13-9. Yeah, the reason why you need to be 16 plus for the Berlin Major is that in Germany you're not allowed to play Counter-Strike under the age of 16. I mean, surely the police is not going to track your PC down and say, oh, this guy is, under 16. The thing though is if you play on a public stage, obviously, Also, this is why people under the age of 16 are not allowed to enter an arena. It doesn't matter if it's with your parents, with your grandparents, with your cat, with your dog. It doesn't matter. You're not allowed to enter under the age of 16. Period. Let's see. Rewound. 4 rounds away from success. Instantly pushing out mid. And PC419 able to prevail? No, not really. Keto and Chodes was actually YDNA doing a brilliant job. And suddenly things turn around. One little technical timeout and things are looking beautiful at the moment. Like I said, just because that has been brought up in the chat again, the thing with the 16-year-olds has to do with the legal consequences in Germany. It has to do just with the legal regulations in Germany. It doesn't have to do anything with the tournament necessarily. Though if I think correctly about it, I think also the ESL doesn't allow players, for example, to be in the ESEA MDL under the age of 16. This is why back 4 seasons ago, Xstatus couldn't play with Frozen. Xstatus was a team of Frozen who's now playing in Mouse Sports back then. So Dominic and Co, just getting back to the actual game. Losing already 1 player, might have a few sinister times up ahead of them. Weapon upgrade for Muzona. In the end, control to Rewound is there. as everybody's taking a lot of damage. 55 more seconds. And as you hear the chickens scream around in the background, they tell us a story. They tell us the story of a B-side coming in. Oh, and Valiance, he sees the flash, but it's only his own teammates. The Dominik gets with that one. This is extremely unfortunate. It's not much more, and this round is extremely sinister. Dark clouds over the head of PC419. And those clouds, they won't leave anytime soon in the forecast. It's not looking decent. At least one frag found is hurting the economy a little bit. PC419. All you need to say bye-bye to this one. I imagine it's gonna be good night. And the sad part is, next up is is Dust 2, and Dust 2 is actually the Rewound map pick. So, one snatched away. Saddening. Would be very saddening. But PC419, the AK's in hands, a bit of utility, the one another smoke we see. That one landing top mids. Yes, indeed. Out to the right hand side, actually. That could be potentially a mid-take coming in very rapid. Yes, it is going to be a mid-take coming in very rapid. The Molo missed, and so they're all coming by. Keto with 1, 2, but not the third granted. This is holding them down for a little longer than expected. The Molo lands brilliantly, but that was just never on the radar. Only Llamas to turn him around. He knows about the onside player, finds him through the box, and on Hay Wagon, it's going to be the last. That is Ducky Panic. With a shot just went from around the head of Valiance. But he patiently waits. Needs to find one body shot, and it's done. Rewound won this matchup. 16-8. Well done. The last run got chaotic, but they handle it. And they handle it with ease. This is map number 1. Next up will be Dust 2. We're